Oh, hi, and welcome to Gene's Corner International Edition. Konnichiwa, Mesdames et Messieurs, bonjour, Damen und Herren, guten Abend, Ya'ate, Yasu, Shalom, Namaste, Dumelain, and for the people from Latin America, Damas y Caballeros, muy buenas noches, and good evening, and good evenings for our Australian friends. It is so good to be back at camp. I'm Gene. Many of you don't know me. I was a camper here at Camp Echo many, many years ago in the very beginning, in 1924, when Mr. Fishbein first started the camp. And I was just a little guy then, but I've been at camp ever since, and I'm sort of a repository of camp history. The hat I'm wearing was my camp hat. My mom found it in my trunk, and she sent it up. In those days, the camp colors were khaki. And those of you who studied language know that khaki comes from the ancient Latin caca. I've had a request to tell you how Camp Echo got its name. And I think it's kind of important because we have so many people here from all over the world, and whenever you go back to whatever godforsaken place you came from, and the very first thing they're going to ask after that is what was the camp's name? And you're going to tell them Camp Echo, and they're going to say, how did Camp Echo get its name? And you go, I don't know. So you should know how Camp Echo got its name. In the beginning, when Mr. Fishbein made the camp, it was called Camp Fishbein. That was the style in those days. We had Grossinger's Hotel, we had Katz's Delicatessen, Epstein's Bungalow Colony, and Camp Fishbein. And then fashions changed and camps started having Indian names. Mr. Fishbein was very upset that Camp Nihok, which was our big rival, was really Mr. Cohen's name spelled backwards. And so he wanted to have an Indian name for the camp. And he would walk around going night shift, Scheidnif, Fischneid, and wasn't able to come up with anything for the name. We had a family here, the Ehrenpreis kids. We had Ida Ehrenpreis, who was a 10th grader. She was a big girl. And her brothers, the twins, High and Sai. High were preemies, they were little guys. Ida was a big girl. Ida was big. And if you had a football team, Ida could be the fullback. If you had a nightclub, Ida could be the bouncer. And when Mrs. Ehrenpreis made up their trunks, she put Ida's underwear in all three trunks. Now the little guys, High and Side, opened up their trunks and they saw that the underwear was too big. So they ran to Mr. Fishbein, and they were little. And they ran up to Mr. Fishbein and said, Mr. Fishbein, they're pulling on his shirt. First it was High who did most of the talking. And then Side behind was going, Mr. Fishbein, Mr. Fishbein. And Mr. Fishbein says, I hear an echo. And High is going, Mr. Fishbein, underwear, too big underwear. And his brother behind him is going, Mr. Fishbein, too big underwear. And he's looking, he doesn't see anybody. He says, I hear an echo. Just then, Quentin was walking past. Now, most of you know Quentin started out at this camp as a mascot. He was a little guy then. He was one of the camp mascots. And Quentin walked by, and he knew Mr. Fishbein was looking for a name for the camp. And he said, Mr. Fishbein, that's it. That's the name for the camp. And Mr. Fishbein thinks for a second. He says, yeah, I like it. I like a kid. I like it. Camp Big Underpants. I like it. That sounds great. He says, no. Camp Echo. And Mr. Fishbein says, Camp Echo. I like that even better. That's going to be the name of our camp. So it's not for Quentin. If it wasn't for Quentin, today we would be walking around with shirts that say Camp Big Underpants. So that's a little bit of camp history to take home when you go back to wherever you came from. One other thought. It is so nice to see so many people from so many different parts of the world. It's great for the campers to be able to interact with all of you. They can learn from you, you can learn from them. And I wish you a great summer, a wonderful summer. It looks like a super group of people. And I'm reminded of something that Jeff told us a couple of years ago at the end of orientation, to remember that every camper is someone's child. And they're here because someone loves them. It's a thought to keep in mind throughout the summer. So thanks for stopping in. And remember, if you need me, you know where to find me. I'll be standing in the corner.